Hello, everyone. No, Cherry. What's up, everyone? No, what we're doing today. There's. I mean, if I don't do this now, I don't think I'll be able to stream at all for quite a while. So, what's up, everyone? Many probably don't know, at least those who aren't part of the greater Minecraft community, for the sake of using the colloquial term. But recently, within the last 48 or so hours, we received news that the extremely popular Minecraft YouTuber Technoblade passed away. It's hit a lot of people really hard, myself included. Gave myself 48 hours to just try and move on, but still tear up just thinking about it. So I've been trying to do productive things, take my mind away from it, be able to push through it, but there's something about a person who didn't even know your name, didn't know you existed, and yet was able to reach out and touch so many that has to be remembered, even if it's in something stupid and unnecessary as a video game, not even one that he actually played. I'll probably get plenty of people clamoring that I should have done things in Minecraft, and I did, but those were more for me. And I was supposed to stream Minecraft yesterday, within 24 hours of learning the news. I didn't have the heart to do it at the time. So I figured I'm going to delay what I wanted to do then in light of this news until I feel up to streaming Minecraft and being able to keep my composure. Talking about it now actually really helps, even if I know there's probably no one there on the other side of the camera listening to some small nobody streamer who's just 1 out of 10, 12 million Technoblade fans. But I feel that had he experienced Valheim, Technoblade would have liked it. Not enough to, heavily stream off of it, but as it is the game that I am currently doing a lot of customization and building in, I'm going to honor him here publicly, and the other monuments and things that I built for him, they'll be revealed in due time when it comes around for it to be known. So over there is the castle that I've been currently working on for anyone who's actually watched any snippet of my stream. I've decided, just down the coast and in sight, I'm going to put a tomb for him as a vigil. And so I'm dipping into the supplies that were going to go into the castle, and in light of this news, I'm going to use them here. And don't expect me to be particularly chatty during this, but if someone does come in and wants to say something, feel more than open to do so. I need, wherever my stone cutter is hiding, it is going to be the key to this, since I'm going to predominantly build this of stone. But to place the stone cutter, I have to have a regular workbench. And I know there are some parts that I'm going to need metal for. just happy I can actually carry all of that at once. And of course, these irritants have no sense of decorum or decency, but will just continue to be in the way. Workbench. Forge. Stone cutter. That should cover all of the area that I'm going to be working in. Keep this up while I'm here. I've been thinking about how I wanted to build this for several days, as you can tell by the fact that I prepped the ground for it. And I don't think it's going to end up looking too terribly bad. Start out with stone slabs. We're going to just angle them off to the sides and have it face the open sea. I feel like Techno would have enjoyed the sea. I mean, California, so why wouldn't he? So what I need is an odd number across. So if I place down 1, I'm going to need either 3 or 5 across this way. I think 5 is the way to go. And then I need an even number lengthwise. Because right here is the middle or so. So perhaps if we go about this big. Naturally. 3.5 stacks of stone just for the floor. And then, I think, 3 there in front. A staircase for an entry. So what I plan to do is put this iron gate here. I was thinking maybe doing 2, but I don't see much of a reason to have more than just the 1. So I should have some iron pulled from my stock and supply. Much of this as possible to be single blocks, or as large of blocks as possible that I can get hold of. Just realized the idea that I had here in the middle might not function as well as I hoped. Because what I'm desirous is that right there. And that could work. Not quite sure now. Yes. That'll work. But we'll save that for the end. For now, though, I'm going to put pillar here, here, see the blocks, there. Actually, that's not going to work. Get rid of that. And that. And put the symbols. 2x1s here and here. There, nope. Here. There. Get the corners. There as well. Here we're just going to have a single. Here we're going to do this double arch pattern. We'll have I should head back and sleep to just get rid of the night and what might come with it, such as those irritants that would seek to interrupt me. That'll deal with them. Oh, I don't want to be weighed down by all this extra stuff. Play with it. Because that one's all by itself now. Deal with regular Valheim game stuff later. For now, singular focus. The stamina bar as high as possible so that I can work as efficiently as I can. Okay. Now for slight difficulty. That'll actually help. I can place 10. Oh, that requires 6, not 4. Slight difference. Counting. There we go. That's someone's bot who needs to read the room. Do I want to put anything on top, or does that will it even matter? I don't think it would matter. Thanks for the follow, Noah. No, the stuff that I require is not here. The stuff that I require that I've specially prepared for this exact moment. It's all the way back at the little hut. Oh, but yes, welcome, Noah. I am building a memorial for the fallen blade. That's what I require. That is understandable. If I were in your position, I would probably be lurking as well, because this is pretty rough emotionally to deal with. Not sure how I feel about the fact that the seawater comes all the way in and around right here. I guess I'll have to live with it. I also require the coal that I brought and wood. Yeah. Water? Guess that'll do. Different docks. And then I believe I need what? 4? If I could place them without having the wall devour them. Nice. But yes, I specifically set aside some items that would be apropos, I guess, for Technoblade. You know, obviously bone fragments, not his, of course, but the bones of his fallen enemies. 3 stacks worth. There's nothing in Valheim that can really compare to withers or potatoes, or the majority of things that he's acquired or done. But I have withered bones that I have acquired that I am willing to give up. There is also skeleton trophies in exchange of wither skulls. And boar trophies, because, you know, him. And finally, there is no metallic crown that I could acquire, but it happens to be midsummer, so I was able to make a midsummer crown of flowers, so a crown for a fallen king finally at peace. I felt it was appropriate. I require the final bit of stone. And I can seal up that offering. Let us It's not gonna work there or there. No, no. We'll leave that all there. Place that there. Now, I had an idea for very specific torches to this place. Required Grey Dwarf Eyes and iron. Because standard red torches just doesn't feel appropriate. So I'm going with blue fire, which conveniently requires the death of really obnoxious mobs to create, which I feel Technoblade would approve. There we go. His greatest slogan and his final words. That takes the chief place at the head of the tomb, as it should. Let's see. It was something. I do not recall. There was some... Ah, right. Of course. How could I forget? Have to honor the other important aspect of the mighty Technoblade. Actually, there's a handful of things that I've forgotten that I need to acquire. I've acquired... Where is it? Fine wood bronze nails. Sure, it's bronze somewhere. And I'll probably need leather for what I intend to, the other thing that I intend to make, which I can't see. I don't think I'm going to be able to carry all of that, so I'm going to need to put that away. Because I need to bring him well. The thing Technoblade didn't really care about, you know, but the thing that he prided himself on. I only need a few. Of course, even that's too much. Perfect. Who knew? I needed exactly 2. It's as if he knew. It's as if he knew. I had a lot of elaboration in mind talking about my fan relationship to Technoblade and how I felt that we were very similar kindred spirits because of both being English major for him, English graduate for me, but I don't really feel that I can do justice to what would need to be said. Let's see. I need the forge here. Of course. Be able to actually use it. Welcome back. To be able to use it, I actually need to put it inside. One thing of bronze nails. What do I need for excellence? I do not have enough iron on me at the moment. But I have more than enough iron. Find wood. I thought that bird there was something else, and I was concerned. Huh. That fish just beached itself. That's what I need. Put one there, I believe. What was the other thing I was going to... No, because I put that inside, so I don't need a second. So that's all I need there. That. I need to go grab 6 more. Hello, welcome. All those who have joined in and are probably about as desirous to speak about the reason we're here as I am. But kinda have to. At least I do. I will not force anyone else to speak if they do not want to. Nearly completed the tomb that I am going to be calling the Blade's Vigil. Just need a finishing touch. Get rid of this nuisance from my inventory. Oh, if only it was actually Minecraft and I would be able to bounce and go faster, but alas, I don't have the heart to stream Minecraft right now. The grief is still too near. I can say with a surety that the rest of, at least the majority of people who knew Technoblade better than us, better than just us fans, they probably feel much the same, which is why there's been next to nothing. I think, why can't I make the sword? It needs level 2. I think Bilza is, without a doubt, the only exception of someone who would have been able to tolerate doing anything, and even then he still struggled. You could tell. That fish wasn't dead. That was weird. but I come on, game. Just throw the iron on the ground for a moment because it wouldn't let me pick up the copper that I needed to be able to build this. Actually, I could probably just take both of these away right now because I'm pretty sure there's nothing left that I need to actually build. Yep. I was supposed to stream Minecraft, and I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I almost tried to force myself to, and I know full well that would have been probably the biggest mistake. Because firstly, I was functioning on 15 minutes of sleep because the day before I couldn't fall asleep. I would lay down and just cry. And I'm man enough to admit that. What I'm not man enough is to deal with you people interfering. Speaking of the Great Worms, of course. Don't you even think about it. I will violently defend that gentleman if I have to. There we go. Because of course, what would a tomb to the blade be if you didn't have a blade in the tomb? Now I'm just hoping it lets me put it down the way that I think it'll be. 90, it's off by 90 degrees. That's not good. Luckily, I can just throw down another workbench to be able to remove it. Okay. There we go. That should be the correct direction. I don't think it really needs anything else. That should be more than enough. So there's one last thing that's more of a personal touch that I am adding as one English graduate to another English major. I'm certain he was more partial to Greek mythology, but for me it's Old English and medieval mythology. More specifically, the Tolkien Legendarium. Can't help what I like, but there is a particular fraction of poem from Lord of the Rings that I feel fits the situation way too well. Almost frighteningly how well. So I am going to type that here in the original Old English. And then I will read it and interpret it afterward. I'm just pleased that the characters are fitting. Ah, ah. Nope, that's correct. There we go. I presume you're probably self-promo in one of the various discords. I'll look at that in a bit. But so the poem fragment in specific is from the Two Towers, and it's when Theodred, son of King Theoden, is buried. There is the song that most people probably know from the movie that Eowyn sings, and I tried. I don't have the heart to sing it. Ah, Brad's. Yes, okay. I will I will check that out in a moment, or after my stream probably. But the partial poem that she sings that I will only read, and probably read poorly because it's easier to do it correctly sung, but I don't have the heart to sing. It's Brerock Welm Harthad, Freonen Frekan Forth Unsended, Yed Skulon Singan Gleomen So Griende, On Meruselde, Thiat Hi Ma No Warie, His Dry Nest Direst An Maga Deorost. Which, when translated to English, and you will agree how well this fits. It translates to an evil death has set forth the noble warrior. A song shall sing the sorrowing minstrels of Merused. That that noble cousin. That is not the correct. That the last half has two different interpretations. One is that noble cousin who always held me dear, now is held in darkness and closed. The other, if I could find right there, the other I think fits better. The second interpretation. Of pausing something and then having it unpause and play again anyway. It is right here. Nope, that is not it either. That is strange. There it is. Yes. Yeah, because the translation on the wiki is not correct. The closer version is that he is no more, to his lord dearest and his kinsman most beloved. And of course, this is the scene that immediately precedes Theoden speaking of the flowers that grow on the tombs of the kings of Rohan, and utters the line that is so pointedly powerful for the majority of that entire scene, that no parent should have to bury their child. And it's just it fits all too well. Well, there's only one last little thing, and that's I need a fence to keep things away so that nothing comes to try and interfere. Or I might go ballistic if I see something attack this place. I would rather than beat up on this little fence than even dare touch the Tomb of Technoblade. Now look at it. For a second, I thought it was too far apart. There to be. Blade's Vigil, looking out over the sea. Of course, the sea being the symbol of the afterlife, again in the Tolkien Legendarium. Just remove these supply carts from in front of it. From a certain distance, it almost looks like its own little mini castle. A mini castle for the king who needed no throne. Almost poetic. But now, once my castle is complete and storing all of my items and holding my presents, I'll be able to come out here onto this balcony that overlooks the sea, and I'll be able to be reminded. People may have their hardcore worlds in Minecraft, but I might have to continue this one in Valheim for a time. I don't know how old Brad is, so I wouldn't be able to say whether or not I am. Let's see, that was... Building this tomb surprisingly took significantly less time than I thought it would. Well, I am certainly between those two numbers. Take this cart back inside. Because I had this supply of stone as part of what I was going to be building in my castle next. But, you know, needs must where they are, and so I used it as I felt needed. There's that. I think there's only one final thing to be said in regards to the Technoblade, and it's, I did tweet it out, but being a tiny, insignificant streamer, I know no one really saw it. And again, Lord of the Rings, different book. But the king has come into his own, under mountain, under stone. Send him now unto the deep, unto earth, eternal sleep. Under mountain, under stone. Through all the lands, let it be known. The king is dead. Long live the king! Well, I certainly held up better for that than I would have. Extremely appropriate timing. I can certainly say I was not able to even read that phrase all day yesterday without immediately starting to cry. So waiting the extra day to do something definitely was needful and the right thing to do. I could move on and keep building, but it still doesn't feel quite right to just launch back into the swing of things and just play the game to stream. I'm not sure, because on the one hand, I don't feel in the mood to play the game for the sake of playing the game. But on the other hand, I know if I don't, then Technoblade will be laughing at us, going, "Ha! Look at all the nerds crying over a dead pig. L." And then he would just be mocking us the entire time. And you know you hear that in his voice, because it's exactly what he would say right now to us. Ugh. I suppose I could finally just put doors on this bottom floor that I've been putting off because I didn't want to be bothered in fetching the wood. But since I brought the wood over for there anyway, might as well make use of it, right? There. Ugh. Inside of the... Yes. Somehow already out of wood. I've placed 4 doors and 2 little bits of backing. probably one of the number one reasons why I could never be an atheist. Because it would be way too soul crushing for me to legitimately believe that there's nothing. Because then what's the point? But this is neither the time nor the place to get into a discussion on religious thought. Or more realistically, it is exactly the time and place to do so. I just don't have the heart to do it. These doors have been really nice. I believe I have one final spot on the base area. Keep going with the theme of having it on the inside with small wood topping. As if there's a door frame, you know? Hypothetically, I could, like, take these and add that there, but I don't really see a reason to. Maybe later if I decide to make it fancy, but right now it's functional. And that's really what matters. Yeah. I don't really have the desire to continue pushing on right now, so I'm probably just gonna end stream for today here. I accomplished the one thing that I wanted to do, and that was to make Blades rest. So that's about all I'm gonna expect of myself today, and my should have snapped out of at least most of this. I'm gonna push myself for my next stream on Monday, where I'm gonna be doing Valheim with another friend who is not as Minecraft centric, but he is aware, and we're gonna be actually playing the game, and I'm going to push through, but so are we all. By next year around this time, we will all be laughing. And we will remember the good times. And this thing will still be there. But it'll be swallowed up, as it always is, by the good. So, resto ha, as they would have said in Rohan. Until next time.